What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we're back again. We're back again. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is your host, Riley's World, and this is your boy, Riley. Yeah, man, we're here to talk about some football. You know how we do it. Always talking about football, talking about the beautiful game. You know what I mean? And everything that's been happening. You know what I mean? Some beautiful games happened today. Very, very lovely games happened today. You know, Arsenal played their Carabao Cup today. They won. You know what I mean? They won. You know what I mean? Manchester City won. Newcastle won. You know, Chelsea won with 10 man. You know, so some very interesting result going into the next round. You know what I mean? The quarterfinal round, that is. You know what I mean? The draw was also made today. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Arsenal have a date booked again with their neighbours. You know what I mean? From London. No, it's not Tottenham. And no, it's not Chelsea. You know what I mean? It's the one that gives, is it troublemaker neighbours. The ones that give trouble. You know them troublesome neighbours? Yeah, Crystal Palace. Very troublesome neighbours. You know? Well, guys, you know we do it, man. First and foremost, we give thanks to the Most High, without whom nothing is possible. You know, nothing is possible, nothing. You know what I mean? So we give thanks to the Most High all the time for health, for strength, for guidance, for knowledge, for wisdom, for understanding. You know, so yes. So into the heat of the matter. You know what I mean? Some games was played today, interestingly. Interesting games was played today. The Carabao Cup, right? Let me pull that up right now for you guys. So the EFL games was played today. The Carabao Cup was on. There's a bunch of type errors going on right now with this thing. We'd like to welcome one and all to the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Riley's World. Welcome. You know, we're here today to talk about what went down. You know what I mean? What really went down in the Carabao Cup today. You know, the draw. You know what I mean? What's going on with the champs? You know what I mean? The champion seems to be getting knocked down every single where they go. What is it going on with the champs? Big up yourself, Liam Jones. Only important matters was Liverpool getting mashed up. Liam, big up yourself, Liam. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Let me know the team that you support as well. Let me know the team that you support. Being at Liverpool getting beat today was a entertaining factor for you. Let me know the team that you support. Gaming and Adventure TV. Yo, what's good? Bro, it's good to see we can win even with the B team. Bro, it was excellent, man. It was very, very exciting. You know what I mean? I loved the lineup. Really, really loved the lineup. You know what I mean? Love the lineup. Oh, Leon Jones said United. All right, big up Manchester United in the building. Big up Manchester United in the building. You know what I mean? If that B team could not win that game, bro, then it would make no sense saying that we have proper rotation. Proper rotation is when you can put your B team in and you can come out victorious. You know what I mean? That's when you say you have a strong squad. You know what I mean? So, kudos to Arteta for being brave, you know, because that's what it was. He was brave. Not everybody was going to do that. You know what I mean? So, hats off to Arteta for being brave. You know what I mean? And he did what he has to do, what he had to do. You know what I mean? The game was scruffy though. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you that the game was fluent or the game was whatever. The game was not fluent. You know what I mean? It was not easy on the highs. But the job was done. That is the important factor. The job was done. So yeah, it was a good day. Well done to the boys. You know, and yeah, but there was a lot of upsets. There was a lot of upsets in this situation as well, because Liverpool now 5 in a row, 5 defeats in a row for the champs. 5 defeats in a row for the champs. And we just tend to we're trying to figure out now what is really going on over by Liverpool FC. Like, this man came in, he came in with a strong team, and he won the league like flying. He swept away the league, right? And we just thought that this season, this season, being that he won with a team that was not even his. Because that was Klopp team. That was Klopp team. So he won with a team that was not even his. So we're just saying this season is going to be devastating. It's going to be crazy, right? Hey, it's not so. Not so. This is a season where you expect him to really move, separate himself, from the group and all of that. And it started out just like that. It started out just like that, and people were saying, hey, you all ain't gonna see the top of the table never again. Because this is us moving forward and starting what needs to be started. That was a cry from everybody that, yo, we moving ahead of the pack now. You know what I'm saying, guys? And look at it. Liverpool find themselves what? 7 points off the top of the table now. You know what I'm saying? And struggling for farm. Yeah, club effects as worn off now. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But Klopp himself didn't even have a good effect, because that's why he ran left the team, right? Because he just couldn't win it. He just couldn't win it. And the team that's there now is not a Klopp effect team. I guess he sold Klopp effect team and is building his own. And his team is not so efficient right now. So I don't know. We got our Red Devils in old form. We can see. Hey, I welcome Manchester United coming back. It's all good. It's all good. Like, Manchester United and Arsenal are old rivals. You know what I'm saying? And when you have a rival that you just feel like you're the only one supposed to be beating up on them. That's how I feel with Manchester United. I feel like we're the one that's supposed to be beating up on Manchester United. We're like seeing this little team come and beat y'all up and all of that. No, man, that hurt our feelings, man. And yeah, we need that good old rivalry back. Where, yeah, not that good old rivalry when y'all give it a hate to when we was going through something. Not that one. But the good old rivalry when we know that, hey, when Arsenal playing football, y'all need to stay wide from us. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that good old rivalry. So, yeah, welcome back to the Red Devils. Y'all been missing in action for a while now. We must be respectful for all the chat. Arnslot only won because of Klopp. Didn't win when with his team. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Arn should change his name to Angie. Hey, so y'all think he gonna take the team to the brink of relegation this season, like Angie did with Tottenham? Oh Lord, yeah, but you know, but it was, I don't know. It's just a situation where the man is struggling right now. You get what I'm saying? The man is really struggling right now, and I don't know if he can come out of this. I don't know if he can come out of this. Anduel said we're leading at first. Yes, yes, sir, we are. Hopefully we can maintain this lead. Hopefully we can maintain this lead. I like the fact that we've kind of opened some gaps, and I would like us to keep on open up these gaps. So cool. Yeah, we want to keep on open these gaps where we can, we can give ourselves room for mistake if they come, but if there's no gap, when mistake come, it's going to be devastating, and that's what we don't want. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that, hey, we leave some room for error. You get where I'm coming from? So that's where we are now, and that's what we're looking forward to. You know what I mean? Really, really looking forward to um, stretching the lead. You know what I mean? Burnley is coming up next. You know, and with Burnley coming up next, it should be entertaining. You know what I mean? Should be good. You know what I mean? That should be another reason for us to push this gap a little bit more or a little bit further. You know, because yeah, true. Gaming and Adventure TV said, I hope we make the gap so big the league is done by February. Yeah, I hope, man. I hope. We're hoping and praying. You know what I mean? We need a huge gap. You know what I mean? Arsenal can't battle a title win 3 years in a row. Boy, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. You know what I mean? It would not look good at all for us to really, really. Hey, it's still far from battling season though. You know what I mean? Because we just have about what, 8, 9 games in. So we're still a mighty long way away. You get what I'm saying? But we're doing the work now. You know what I mean? We're doing some good groundwork now. You get me? And doing these good groundwork now, we need to capitalize and we need to stay focused. We we made 10 changes today. You know what I mean? We made 10 changes to the team today, and we still won. And that says a lot. You know what I mean? That's important. That's very, very important because, as we mentioned earlier on, that was our big team. And we've been raving and jumping and saying that we did well in the transfer market. Now, how can you say you do well in the transfer market if we're saying that, hey, guess what? We have two strong players in every position. Because that's what we're saying, right? Two strong players in every position. How can we brag about having two strong players in every position if we can shift away from the first 11 and start the second 11, which the players is supposed to be just as strong and still win comfortably? You know what I mean? How can we not? You know what I mean? So, you see where I'm coming from? Yeah. Um, Mystic RLZ said, what a bad time for Liverpool. Hey, we welcome it, man. We welcome it. Liverpool ran away with the season last year. They run away with the league last year. You know what I mean? Mystic said, I'm a United fan, and the Arsenal would be battlers not to be a double this season. Not to do a double this season. I'm not even gonna lie with you, man. I probably agreeing with you right now. You know what I mean? We can't keep on doing this second again thing, or you know what I mean? It can't work. It's not healthy. It's put it that way. It's not healthy for us to keep on doing that. You get what I'm saying? I don't mean to be rude, but Arsenal only team in 20 years to battle a title while being top at Christmas. It is what it is, man. It's not being rude. You know what I mean? This is a channel where we discuss. Not because the host is an Arsenal fan. That doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? It's a football channel and we welcome every single person to this channel, no matter who you are or where you're from. And it definitely don't matter what team you support. We all are here because of football. We are here right now because we love football. So I thank you guys for clicking and thank you guys for tuning in. You know what I mean? So, hey, we've been battling. We've been making a mess of things. You know? So, it is what it is. That prem is between you and City keep dropping. Well, we all know City is City, right? We all know Pep is Pep. At any given time, that man will just go on and beat and run. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like he feed his team with something and say, okay, guys, Popeye the Sailor Man, y'all come for y'all spinach. And he just give them a bunch of spinach and they just go on that run. You know what I mean? So who knows? Premier League, Arsenal are the best right now. Champions League, I'm back in PSG or Madrid. AFL Cup, if y'all do beat Palace, they might do it. And FA Cup is anyone's fairy tale. FA Cup can be anyone fairy tale for real. You know. Um, Tottenham sucks, said Grindcore Jazz. Tottenham sucks. Jazz. Grindcore Jazz. What team you support? Let me know. Let us know, man. Once you jump in the chat, guys, just let us know the team that you support so we can move forward from there. All right. As a United fan, of course, disappointed we got beat by Grimsby, but we are playing well. Yeah, y'all doing well now. Y'all doing well now. What do you think of West Ham of Green Street Oligram? So West Ham fan is in the building. You know, I don't think I've ever had a West Ham fan in here. You know. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Do I do think we got unlucky versus Arsenal. We probably were the better team, but the result is what it is. And to be honest with you guys were the better team. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie. You guys were the better team. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I'm delighted with Arsenal this season. Because for so many games we have not been a better team, but we have been winning. And that's what we've been lacking. We've been lacking that winning mentality. You know what I'm saying? We've been lacking that winning mentality. What do we think of the Tottenham? Spurs are Spursy. You know what I mean? Spurs are doing what they do best. You know what I mean? Being Spursy. Grand Court Jazz say Liverpool. Hey, Grand Court Jazz, I appreciate you for being here, man. Most Liverpool fans are in hiding right now. You know what I mean? And you're out here, you know what I mean, still representing. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Thank you, man. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat. Guys, if y'all haven't yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, guys. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. If you're all new here, you know what I mean? This is a different time for me. I don't know how many of you guys have been on the live with me before at my earlier times. You know what I mean? This is a different time for me. So I'm trying to see how I can find my peoples. You get where I'm coming from? I'm trying to see how I can find my peoples. What do I need to do? The times I need to come on so I can make sure that everybody is a part of what's going on with this channel. All right? Yeah. Y'all do have the squad to go and do it. Yeah, we do have the squad to go and do it. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why we playing our B team today and winning was so good. You know what I mean? Saturday reliance on Salah and Virgil. Yeah, that seemed to be wearing out. You know what I mean? Relying on Salah and Virgil, that seemed to be really, really being played out right now. You know what I mean? Because neither is really performing. You know, neither is really performing. And the star-studded persons, the two world records that y'all break to bring these players in, they're not performing either. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. That is what everyone wants, regardless. Win. That is it. You know what I mean? Win is all that matters, and that's the reason why we are happy, even though we're not playing well, to be winning. It's not that, but you're spend money on big ego players. You're gonna have to too many big ego through in the dressing room. Liverpool will not win three next either. Their next three either. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. What they did was, I don't know if it was smart. You know what I mean? I don't think it was smart. I don't think nobody think it's smart. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I mean? To be factual, it is crazy what they did. 4-3 lost to Chelsea. What a game. 4-3 lost to Chelsea. What a game. So, Scott, damn, you're a old fan. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. It was a game. It was a good game, too. You know what I mean? Good game. Doing what? 3-0 down. Was it? Yeah. Yes, 3-0 down it was, I think. You know what I mean? And y'all made a good attempt to come back. You know what I mean? It was a good game. It was a really good game. All right, Scott, it was a really good game. Liverpool fans are missing Luis Diaz and Trent Alexander-Arnold. They're definitely missing Diaz. For sure. They're missing Diaz. Yeah, Trent in that new team would be unreal. Long ball to Etikete. Yeah, that would have been devastating. I'm very happy Celtic won 4-0. About time. Celtic in the building. Big up Celtic. Just me doing YouTube. Big up yourself. Welcome to the chat. Just me doing YouTube. Big up yourself. I love to see Hearts do it. All right, so we have some different fans in the building. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why y'all all think of this new Arsenal away kit? Which one? The white one or the blue one? Remember, you have different ones. Is it the white one or the blue one? Yeah, 3 love down, then 3-2, 73 minutes, then 4-2. In the 88th minute, then 4-3. Yeah, it was. I mean, like, I can't believe that Wolves really make. They made Chelsea score with 10 man. If they didn't make Chelsea score, because I think the Chelsea score that last goal after they get that red card, right? You know what I mean? So if they were just if they just kept it together, you know what I mean, this would have been a totally different story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mistake, what about long ball over the head to going back? Just me doing YouTube, so the problem is heart won't last, don't think. Diamond, Dion, Blue. So I guess you are a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan coming out. Chelsea fan. What's going on with Chelsea and this red card? Dean? Dean, what's going on with Chelsea and this red card? Can I call you Dean? Dean Omceyoy. Yeah. Are you a gunner? Of course I am. Definitely. It was such a good goal. Admit it or not, but spending money on Frimpong who hasn't performed. Hey, Frimpong Kirkes, even with the goal, is shocking. Trent is an attacking midfield, not a defender. Trent is not a good defender, to be honest with you, but he attacks very well. Very, very well. You know what I mean? Yeah, heart might fall off, but early days to come. They scored from outside the box. Yeah. So it was after they went down to 10 men. Grind court. If only Liverpool get to sign Victor Osimhen. But they signed. Really? Really? They signed Isaac. Isaac is a dream signing for everybody. They signed Isaac. Oh, Lord. Liverpool should have never signed Isaac and kept Diaz and Gakpo with etiquette. Salah is. Yo, let me see. I think Isaac signing is a mistake for Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? I think Isaac signing is a mistake for Liverpool. Liverpool team was good because there are some workhorse in that team, like Diaz. You know what I mean? Those people that work for the team. You know what I'm saying? They had a complete team. You know what I mean? I know they're missing Jota as well. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Jota. You get me? And they changed up the team completely. Completely. You know, so as I said, my guess is they're changing the team to what suits Slot now. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he can handle all of what he has. You know what I mean? That's where the problem lies. You get me? You're going to eat a pie at the next game, and if so, which flavor pie? We're going to eat Burnley pie. That's what we're going to eat. Burnley pie. Yeah. I am Jones. Your midfield is shaky as a dog in a hurricane taking a shit. Anyone can see Trent not a defender, so why not try to try him in the midfield like England did, where he started. By the way, it's not difficult to adapt. R.I.P. Jetta, never forgotten. Trent would bring good attacking, long ball and over the top for a defender to struggle with. Quick winger with Trent in midfield would suit Liverpool. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is this: it's pointless, really, um, worrying about Trent right now because they actually didn't sell Trent. You know what I mean? They didn't sell Trent. You know what I mean? Trent left. You get what I'm saying? Trent left. So it's not a situation where you can say, hey, you know what? We sold him and we sorry. You know what I mean? It's not a sorry situation. It's a situation that they can't do nothing about. You know what I mean? They can't do nothing about. So it is whatever right now. They gotta find a way and move on. I mean, like Frimpong was cooking where he was. You know what I mean? It's not so good right now. I mean, like he's looking a ordinary player. You know what I mean? They make Frimpong look so ordinary. It's like you can't believe that's the same player. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yakares was no good either. I think he won't come good. Yeah, he's no. I don't know what's going on with Yakares. It's just not the same. These players, I mean, like they were crazy in the league that they were, and they came with such a high profile and so much expectation, and it's just not the same, man. It's just not being the same. You know what I mean? And the struggle is real. You get what I'm saying, guys? The struggle is real. For Victor Yakares, the struggle is real. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Between Arsenal and Bayern, who is gonna win? Arsenal gonna beat Bayern, man. Arsenal gonna beat Bayern. Trust me. Yeah, Arsenal gonna beat Bayern. It's hard to know which there's. Yeah, Arjan is good for Napoli, but terrible in the Prem. You know, I wonder about that because he's scoring like crazy. You know what I mean? And I wonder if certain leagues just fit certain players. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know, but he's playing really well. You know what I mean? He's playing really well. And then he started to wonder if they weren't using him right or what was the situation. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Falcon said last time Arsenal win the Premier League, iPhone was didn't exist. Yeah, we know. It was what 2003. We know it's been a while, man. Football is cool, but can you yodel? We only do football, whatever that is. Yeah. A lot of these players, as I said, the 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 leagues are different. You know what I mean? And some leagues are more demanding than some. You know what I mean? And some players probably would adapt to a certain style of play, or you know what I mean. Um, in the English league, what I noticed because I can use Yackers for example. I noticed in the English league, you don't really get time. You don't get time on the ball when you're in and around the box. You know what I mean? And Yackers delay a lot, so you can see that he's used to the time and space that he was getting at Sporting in that league that they were playing over there. You know, so you just tend to wonder. You know what I mean? You always just tend to wonder, and it's a situation where you wonder if he can adapt to the pace. Will he be as devastating? You understand what I'm saying? just like these other players. You know what I mean? If they can they adapt to the pace to become as devastating? That should be the question. You know? Yeah. So, it's just that if Arsenal battle this one, it would be disastrous as other teams struggle the worst. I hope they don't battle this one, mate. You know what I mean? I hope they don't battle this one. Because we need this one. I mean, like just like I mentioned earlier on, you know what I mean? We have to fight on all cylinder for every single title. You know what I mean? Because we haven't won a trophy in a while. So we need to take home something. You know what I mean? Would you want to see Vinny Jr. in the Premier League? Of course, Vinny Jr. is exciting. Exciting player. You know what I mean? How many big chances did Robin Van Persie, Rooney, Alan Shearer miss? Hey, people gonna miss chances, you know. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Right? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I like Haaland. I like how well he's doing for Napoli. Just his struggles against Prem team and good teams. He's a hold-up striker. You know what I mean? We need someone like Seshko who flicks for our wingers. So that's what Seshko is doing, flicking for your wingers now. That's what's going on. That's what's up. Let me see if I can pull up this chat a little bit closer to me. That one kind of far. Struggling to read it. So let me see. Okay, all better. There's a difference between Rooney, RVP, and Shearer. They played versus actual defenders when the game was physical. So the game's still physical. Why? Because too much VAR and all of that in the game now. Shesko has flicked on so many headers for Konya, Ahmad, and Muimbo to break onto, but he also got 2 goals, so I won't complain. I like him. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Game not half as tough as it used to be. I still think it's tough. I just think they don't allow them to be as tough as they want to because these people are just this VAR and all of that. You know what I mean? It's kind of killing the game sometimes. I mean, when it works, it works. You know what I mean? But when it doesn't work, it just look like why they even bothering with this? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. Guys, if you have not yet press that like button, guys. Press those like button, guys. You know what I mean? If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Hit your notification. You know what I mean? So y'all can know when we're here live. We're going live again Friday, where we're gonna do the review, or should I say the preview of the weekend games. Random guy said Jesus loves you. Some person in the chat talking about eating pie when we're talking about football. So guys, the cup tie draw was made today. You know what I mean? The tie was made today, guys. And ain't it interesting? Ain't it interesting? Quarterfinal tie. You know what I mean? Quarterfinal tie was, we'll see, Manchester City take on Brentford. Arsenal have a date with Crystal Palace. Cardiff City and Chelsea, Fulham and Newcastle. Now, this is what I want to know. Why is it that Chelsea is always so lucky? Chelsea's a lucky team, you know. Chelsea get the only championship team in the playoff. Everything else is a Champions League playoff. And Chelsea are the ones that get the babies. Tell me, Chelsea are the one that got the babies. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Somebody on the chat earlier on today said it's fixed. It's fixed. It's fixed. Guys, let me know what y'all think. Y'all think it's fixed? You know? So, um, so let me know. The El Clasico the other day. Anybody in the chat supports the El Clasico? We could have won 4-3. Chelsea could have won 6-0. I'm not gonna lie. Wolf, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Scott. You know what I mean? So you can join whenever we go live. You know what I mean? I don't remember having anybody from Wolves. You know what I mean? On the channel. You know what I mean? I've had everybody. You know what I mean? But I can't remember ever having someone from Wolves on the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stick around. We have a long season, you know. We have a long season ahead of we. So we have lots to talk about. Lots. Real Madrid are looking good with Mbappe on form, but Yamal is under a lot of backlash for a young lad. Hey, Yamal run his mouth, man. He run his mouth. You know what I mean? When you're running your mouth, you have to back that up. You get what I'm saying? So you run your mouth and then you didn't turn up. You get me? So that's the reason why he's under a lot of backlash. You know what I mean? When you do stuff like that, you have to back it up. You know what I mean? He didn't do that. He didn't do that. So, you know what I mean? Talented baller though. You know what I mean? Very, very talented baller. And trust me, I think he's gonna be devastated in the next El Clasico. You know what I mean? This one was just Liverpool. Sorry, why am I even calling Liverpool? This one was Real Madrid. You know what I mean? This one was made for Real Madrid, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? The egos were splashed. You know what I mean? Vinny Jr. was substituted, and he didn't like it. I mean, like, I didn't understand what he was saying, but I think he was cussing a lot of bumbleclot. I don't understand, but I think he was cussing a whole heap of bumbleclot. I promise you. You know what I mean? And it's not a good look when you show like you don't have any respect for your coach. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Substitution is a part of the game. You know, other players need to be played. So the coach is a coach. So if he sees a different plan or different ideas that he has in his head, that he want one of the other players to execute, you know what I mean? He's gonna make some change. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think Mbappe, Haaland, Kane are the best strikers currently. Yeah. You have to put Victor in that as well. Victor Osimhen, that is. You gotta put Osimhen in that as well. Osimhen is a fantastic striker too. You know what I mean? What do you think about Arsenal Urban versus Hoodie? I don't know. I low key feel a West Ham, Wolves, and Burnley relegation coming. Well, there are three teams that definitely not playing good. Definitely not playing good, so I don't know. Scott, the man say you're gonna get relegated. You think so? Oh yeah, he just said that. He said we're definitely going down if we can't beat Burnley at home. Damn. But that's us. Oh, yeah. hmm Nah, sleep, bro. Red Skull, nah, sleep, nah, sleep. You don't know, man. We're up on it. Up on it, Red Skull. Dep on it. You know, me there I try the red skull. Me there I try figure out the market. You see me? Some of decide to come on a different time and see what the time and look like with, you know what I mean, with the people. So, test out the market and I still I do some more chat, you know. Still I enjoy the look of victory today, even though the game never so hot. You know what I mean? But the result did nice. You see me? Yeah, man. I just that tight, man. I don't know. Say I still early time now. Now just after. It's just after 11. So I go sleep. I got work tomorrow still. But yes, I. Bowen needs to leave West Ham. He's way too good for them. That's the thing, though. Sometimes you have some players that y'all think is way too good, and when they leave, they don't perform. You know what I mean? They just don't perform. You know what I mean? Sometimes some players are just. Sometimes some big fish are just better leave in a small pond. Sometimes you take some big fish from some small pond and put them in a big pond and they're lost. You know what I mean? They're lost. You know what I mean? Now you can look in the EPL right now. A lot of them are there. You know what I mean? Look at Victor Yakares, for example. You know what I mean? Lost. Look at Riz, for example. Lost. Look at Isak. I mean, like he left from a Premier League team to a Premier League team, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So much, so much. You know what I mean? So much. I'm not saying they probably turn up at some point, but right now it's just not happening for them. So I don't know. It's just not happening for them. Alright. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the channel, you know what I mean, push up them likes, guys. Push up them likes. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're here all the time. We're doing this. We're making sure that you guys have a voice so you can come right here and voice. We talk, we communicate, we agree, we disagree. You know what I mean? And we move forward. You know what I mean? That's how it is. That's how it football goes. You understand me? I off like a ball having a wild side. Romario, Ronaldinho. I guess you're talking about what Vinny did, right? Yeah, but you know, what I mean, having a wild side is okay. Having a wild side on the field, but I don't know. Remember, it's coming on to the World Cup, so you have to be careful how you conduct yourself because conduct yourself in a manner where nobody really wants to deal with you. Then he's just not going to be dealt with. You know what I mean? And you could find yourself home like us watching something that you should be a part of. You know what I mean? Sacking Nuno from Nottingham Forest was a disgrace. Yes, it was. It was a disgrace for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a disgrace. What has happened to Liverpool? Somebody said PSGGGGG. Liverpool has fallen from grace, my bro. That's what happened. Perhaps too many big egos, not enough playing. That's definitely one of what's going on. PSG could do a double. I can't lie. Well, they did the triple last year. They win all three. They did the treble last year. So I don't know. Not everybody can be perfect like Zizou, like Zidane. Ronaldinho, I think Ronaldinho was perfect. I don't know. Probably it's just the love I have for the guy. You know what I mean? But I think Ronaldinho was the ultimate baller. You know what I mean? I don't care. I think Ronaldinho, as I call him, Ronald Genius, I think he's literally a genius. You know what I'm saying? Red Skull said Liverpool reminds me of Ramajed last season. Yeah, all bark and no bite. All bark and no bite. Ramajed winning Champions League this year. Says who? Says who, K Pro? Big up yourself though. Welcome to the chat, K Pro. Hard to know yet, but PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Barca very positive looking. Yeah, they're looking good. They are looking good. So And I'm not even sure about Real Madrid. Real Madrid haven't started looking good to me yet. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Look at this. Look at the teams that Real Madrid beat 5 on all of those. Those are the newcomers. You know what I mean? Look at the big teams. They struggle against them. You know what I mean? The game that they play against Marcel, they weren't supposed to win that. I think the referee gave them that game, man. 2 penalties. You know what I mean? This is Real Madrid we're talking about. 2 soft penalties. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Probably just me talking, but I think Marcelo was the better team. You know what I mean? And they played some newcomers, which you expect them to win. You know what I mean? I think all the newcomers probably wanted was the game to finish so they could ask them for the shirt and the autograph. Come on, they're going up against the 15 times champions. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. So it's a situation where I've yet to see in them. Look at okay. So they play Barcelona and they win, right? But remember, I said this is the same Real Madrid team that played Atletico Madrid and got beat bad. You get me? Yeah, they got beat bad. So I think I think they're still wobbling. You know what I mean? They're Real Madrid. Don't get me wrong now. So we can't count them out on nothing. You know what I mean? But I think they still haven't shown us that they're here to compete in this Champions League for real yet. I'm still backing PSG to win Champions League again. Nah, not me. I'm backing my team, man. I'm sorry. I'm backing my team. You know what I mean? I'm backing my team. That's what it is about. Backing my team to win the Champions League for the first time. Remember, guys, we haven't won the Champions League yet. You know, we haven't won the Champions League yet. We're the biggest team to ever enter the competition, to never win the competition. You know, every other big team won it. We have even a small team like Porto and them won it. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can make this year be our year. This Champions League season be our season. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I always tell people that we need to fight on the front foot for every single title. You know what I mean? Um, Arteta went and changed the entire squad today, but I thought they could have handled it. You know what I mean? And my hat's off to him because he thought the same thing. You know what I mean? It was brave of him. There was 4 teenagers in that team. 4 teenagers in that starting 11 today. You know what I mean? So trust me. Um, Scott seems like he's going to bed. Scott say good night. It was a pleasure having you, man. Thank you for passing through. Thank you so much. So yeah, and the 14 years they played well. You know what I mean? One of them scored. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One missed a beautiful chance. You know what I mean? And the other one is still just a baby, and he played well. So yeah, it was brave of him to do what he did. You know what I mean? And looking forward. Looking forward. My man of the match was Kepa. You know what I mean? Kepa had more to do in this one game than Raya had to do since the Premier League was back. Since the Premier League started back in the 9 games or so, plus the 3 Champions League game, Kepa had more work to do in this one game than all those games that Raya played put together. You know what I mean? And I tell them that Raya getting paid to do nothing at Arsenal, and they laugh. You know what I mean? Raya's job is good, man. Raya's the best job in the world. Raya pretty much getting paid to just stand in the goal and do nothing. You know? I don't know. What you guys think? You know, he's do nothing at all. Raya and Riz from Liverpool getting paid to do nothing. uh, they have the hunger for the Champions League for some reason. Uh, the Champions League is going to be anybody's game right now. You know what I mean? Persons are playing. It ain't like people just coming, sitting around and hoping. You know what I mean? They're playing. You know what I mean? Champions League ain't gonna be easy. Gonna be hard. Gonna be hard. Just hopefully, fingers crossed, we're gonna be a first timer, and hopefully many more to come after that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just whatever. You know what I mean, guys? We're pretty much just turning this on to just talk whatever is on our mind tonight. You know what I mean? I ain't seen them. I ain't seen nobody from Chelsea pass through, or I don't know if they're here and they're not saying anything. I don't remember if I seen any Spurs. You get me? I don't remember if I've seen City. But these, City won today, so they shouldn't be afraid to show up. Spurs is gonna do what Spurs do: pass through, make noise, and then leave. But you know, what I mean, my appreciation to everybody that passed through the chat tonight. I'm gonna see if I can make this nightly chat be more often. So the persons that don't catch me in the day because of whatever reason, we can have some different conversations in the night. So we can just build the vibes. You know what I mean? Build the vibes. You know what I mean, guys? I always like to ask people to keep Jamaica in your prayers for me. You know what I mean? It's been a rough couple of days with the hurricane and all. You know what I mean? Category 5. You know what I mean? Devastate the island. You know what I mean? We're a small island. You know what I'm saying? And I can just imagine what's going on now. You know what I mean? So prayers goes out. You know what I mean? Please keep Jamaica in your prayers. You know what I mean? And yeah, yeah, we will rise. I know we will. You know what I mean? Because we're fighters like that. You get me? Fighters like that. We will rise. But, you know what I mean? With God's help, everything is possible. So pray for us, people. Pray for Jamaica. You know what I mean? Speedy recovery. You know? Yeah. And with that note, guys, please like and subscribe to the channels. You know what I mean? To the channel, please. Hit your notification button so y'all can know when we come on. We are here again on Friday. Friday, we're going to do the preview of the Premier League games to come on Saturdays and Sundays. And then Sunday, I'm going to be back and we're going to talk about what happened Fridays and Saturday. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Prayer for all your people. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? God is the greatest, and I know that, you know what I mean, we will overcome. Yeah. So, yeah, so Sunday we're going to be back and we're going to discuss and we're going to talk about everything that happened. You know what I mean? And Sunday is normally the day when persons are scared to show up because that's the day when we trouble everybody that loses. Everybody that lost on that day, they get it. You know what I mean? That's a fun day. So Sunday is the day when if your team win, come on. You know what I mean? Because you get to pick trouble on everybody else. You know what I mean? And if your team lose, come on still. You know what I mean? Come still. So persons can pick on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta learn to take some punches. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta learn to take some punches. You know what I mean? So you can know how to give them. Learn to take them so you can know how to give them. Because when your team win, you come swinging. You know what I mean? So Sundays is that day. We do that on Sundays. Friday, we do the preview. We do the starting lineup. We do the score line. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, we see. We normally do Champions League preview as well, but there's no Champions League this week. We do the Carabao Cup. So Champions League start back next week. So yeah, we will be. We're here all the time, guys. We're building this channel so that you guys can have a voice. You guys can have somewhere that y'all can come and express yourself. That's the reason why I sit here with you, read out your chat. So we can communicate. So your voice is very valid over here. So I thank you guys so much for making this channel your home. Thank you for everybody that subscribed to the channel tonight. Thank you for everybody that liked the channel tonight. You know what I mean? Guys, anything at all you guys want to talk about, the community is there. All right, go inside, tap on the community, and let me know what you guys would like us to discuss in the next live. You know what I mean? That's why we build a community. That's why we have a community. So you guys can have a voice. If you guys want, whatever topics you guys want us to discuss, just go right there in the community and let me know. I'll write it down. And then on our next live, we will bring it up. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's do this. Let's start our communication. Let's go forward, guys. You know what I mean? We are a new channel, and we're pushing and we're making good waves. You know what I mean? You guys are the driving force behind all of this, and we appreciate you guys so much. You know? So on behalf of me and my team, guys, I would like to tell you all thank you all so much for making it Riley's World. You know what I mean? And we will see you again, hopefully on Friday. Who knows? Might be before that. You know what I mean? Might be before that. What do we think of Tottenham? Tottenham is my neighbor. You know what I mean? The Bible said, love your neighbors. Hey, Tottenham is Spurs, man. Spurs is Spurs. You know what I mean? Spurs is Spurs. Honestly, though, I would like for Spurs to pull one off on Chelsea on Saturday. Yeah, I think they plays on Saturday. I would definitely like for Spurs to pull one off on Chelsea on Saturday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but guess what? Our neighbors always do what they do best. They always disappoint. You know what I mean? Whenever you don't want them to win, they win. When you want them to lose, you know what I mean? When you don't want them to win, they win. And when you don't want them to lose, they always do the opposite. You know what I mean? Always do the opposite. Seem like they just have a habit of disappointing Arsenal. You know what I mean? Even if it means disappointing themselves. You know what I mean? You gotta have some class, man. You gotta have something about you. You gotta have some guts. You know what I mean? You can't just lose because you're gonna hurt Arsenal. And I'm not saying that's what they do still, but I mean, like, put some fight in your game, Spurs. Alright? Put some fight in it. Yeah. So, guys, as I said, thank you guys so much for being here. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you guys can be here again when I'm here. You know what I mean? And we can do some more discussion on, you know what I mean, what's happening. As I said, Friday, we're going to do the preview of the games on Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday, when the games are finished, I will be right here and we will be talking about all the games, laughing at everybody who has lost and bigging up the ones who has won and cursing out the ones who didn't deserve to win and just congratulating Arsenal at the top of the table still. You know what I mean? Yes, I. So, guys, on behalf of the team again, y'all have a blessed night, man. Thank y'all so much for making it right as well, and we will see you. Peace!